pulled this quote from the Cleveland paper. It says, "I haven't played my best ball yet." Why do you think that's the case?
The Atlanta Falcons select from the Ohio State University.
My mom took us to the Hall of Fame in 5th grade, and I was walking around those hallways, and I was like, man, like one day, like I want to play in the NFL, like I want to be able to, you know, have people watch me on TV.
That's Zach Harrison invading the backfield. Drop behind the line.
It's a dream come true. You know, it comes with a lot of pressure, of course, you know, being, you know, a highly recruited guy, going to Ohio State, you know, just kind of that constant pressure. It's a blessing, you know, expecting to, you know, be amazing.
Here's a guy that was highly recruited, right? 5 stars.
Friends and family growing up are watching you on TV, you know, they're excited you're a Buckeye.
That's not just making a play.
You're down the street from home, can go home, get a home-cooked meal, you know, mom can help out with laundry and things like that. I feel like going to Ohio State was the best decision I've made so far. I was at home, my parents' house in Columbus. The first day I watched the whole day, and I was like, I can't do that again. So my friends got together, we were playing Uno actually, and my phone rang, and everybody was like looking at the phone, stopped playing Uno, and I got the call.
Yo, what's up?
Terry Fontenot with the Falcons.
What's going on?
You ready to be a Falcon, man?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Ready to come here and go to work, okay? You're going to be a part of something special.
Man, I can't wait.
My head like, oh my gosh, like this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. I remember, you know, standing in front of my TV and they announced the pick and everybody kind of went crazy.
23, NFL Draft. The Atlanta Falcons select from the Ohio State University, Zach Harrison.
You watch him on tape, he was in the backfield constantly. 33 pressures led the team.
We're talking about a great person. We're talking about somebody that loves football, that's passionate for it.
Once I got to that next Monday, I was like, all right, I'm doing this for my job, and you know, I got to go out there and produce. There's no substitute for hard work, so hard work's got me here, and I feel like that's going to keep me here. Putting your head down and going to work, that's kind of how I've done everything to this point.
First impressions of Zach. He plays hard, plays tough, but the motor is what stood out the most.
I'm excited about, you know, obviously my first time coming out there on the field, that's going to be kind of cool. Obviously my first sack, that's going to be fun, you know, my first win, you know.
Right here, the man of the hour, Zach Harrison from Ohio State University. How are you feeling right now? You are officially a Falcon.
I'm really at a loss for words. I feel like I thought I had, you know, what it's going to feel like, but it just feels so much better than I could even imagine.
So you saw a kid mentally who didn't go in the tank when it didn't go the way he wanted it to initially, who kept grinding, kept working, kept doing those things that we value so much as an organization.
And all I can say is they're gonna get everything I got, you know, once I got that call.
I love being a Falcon.
They took a chance on me, they believed in me. So I owe them, you know, everything, because without them I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Now it's time to go to work.